Whereas XLORD chose his go-to in the case of a loss, being Terranus Stand, and Focus choosing Northern Isles. Both Terranus and Northern Isles are pretty fine for Crypt Lord expansion, but Amazonia is not. Crypt Lord Expo, the strat XLORD did 3 times in a row against Fly 100%, with varied success. Focus is very good against Undead. He plays a very standard, stable style. Now, Focus is... It is possible for him to play Farseer first. He looks a little tired, actually. Doesn't mean that much. People often misinterpret, like especially if you don't know someone very well, misinterpret the state that they are in. Focus does play some Farseer first in various matchups, but I feel like against at least standard undead play, Death Knight opening, he always aims for Blade, Shadow, Tier 3 TC play, and he does this very well. Not as devious sometimes as Lin, but extremely stable. The first map has begun. Let's see if Focus... I think on this map, this is not traditionally a very good map for Orc against Undead. Usually Undead prefers this map a little bit. This was also the backbreaker map where I lost my first map to Happy. This is a altar first, means Death Knight opener. One of my worst games against XLORD, or his best, in ladder in the last 3 months was when XLORD did Acolyte Disruption on the Lightning Shield creeping path of the Orc, of me, and then came in immediately with the Death Knight to coil. Happy has done this as well. Acolyte Disruption, come in with the DK to coil. If you open Farseer, Feral Spirit, Lightning Shield creeping, that can be very dangerous. But you can also open Blade Lightning Shield creeping, and I think that's probably usually the best. The thing is though, Amazonia for Blade, Shadow TC, not the best map. It's hard to get your Shadow level 3, it's hard to get your TC to any level. Not enough creeps on the map. So it is Focus gonna be with the Farseer. I don't know if it's because he's expecting Crypt Lord or in admission of the difficulty of this map playing Blade. But this really is a Farseer map against Undead. So Farseer, Lightning Shield creeping, and XLORD with the DK. And I think it is extremely unlikely for Focus not to try the Lightning Shield creep route. So it would be in XLORD's advantage to mess with that route. Now here's how Undead does it. Put the Acolyte near the creeps. Wake up the 1/3/1s to involve them in the fight. And then walk into the creeps to get purged. XLORD did not succeed in this goal. He is slowing Orc down enough to force Orc to commit to a different creep route. Focus has been in this situation too often to know that it doesn't end well if you hard force the Renegade Wizard without killing the Acolyte first. So he actually decides to creep the 1/3/1 first. He has not attacked the level 3 creep that woke up in solidarity. Now he starts the Lightning Shield creep and the DK arrives. This is a good creep route by XLORD. He's done a level 4 creep, he's using skeletons for the other troll and shuts down this route. Uh-oh, DK! Okay. So Focus is level 1.4 with the Mantle of Intelligence, which is a fine start, but DK is level 1.8. His 4 skeletons cleaned up all the other trolls. Good start for XLORD. No, Pirelius, he's not. XLORD and me are on good terms. Focus now is sending his Farseer to the other troll level 4. These creeps are dirty easy to creep and offer really good experience. A mediocre item. The best one that Focus could find is Mantle, which is actually incredible. Everything else is pretty bad for Farseer. He's got 1 Mantle and the Slippers. Now, Lightning Shield creep by XLORD. Stealing the level 5. Removing it from a TC. Good place by XLORD. Will take a lot of damage on his DK. First Fiend comes in. Perfect creep by XLORD. Grunt almost steal, but not quite. Uh-oh, DK walking through all the units. Fiend almost surrounded. Lucky for XLORD. Could have happened. Focus landing a lot of those 3% bonus attack speed thanks to slippers. 3 damage extra because of mantle auto attacks. Tech is finishing for Focus. He's got 3 grunts and a Farseer level 2.1. Now Focus starting the 353 Kobolds. With the DK dropping so low and feeling confident that he can threaten the DK away with auto attacks, decides to take this creep camp. DK wants to get eyes on the Kobolds and cloak here. He needs to put damage on the Farseer. The Farseer is the one that is best at killing his DK, killing his Fiends. So he put his Skellies and the Fiends on the Farseer. Maybe not enough. He's also going for the Grunts. Beastry, TC coming out. Berserker Strength on the way. He really wants to guard this Kobold 5. 1 Fiend goes down to Chain Lightning. Focus has done a great job of making XLORD feel like he needs to protect this camp. And use that with some good auto attacks. Chase to kill the first Fiend. Starting the level 5 once again. A lot of mana on the DK. I think this is why Happy uses a lot of coils on creeps. It's to prevent his DK from dropping this low. Full mana, cool. Can't use it because he cannot stay in the fight long enough to do auto attacks. If he had used 1 or 2 coils on the laboratory, he would have crept faster. Oh my god! He would have crept faster. And not taken as much damage. Got the Kobold 5. Good job by Focus. Gets a Gloves of Haste. Should be putting it on the Farseer soon. Halfway to Black Citadel. Focus playing an extended tier 2 style. Ensnare half of the way done. Warmail coming up. 3 grunts and a raider. What will come next? More raiders? Headhunter? Kodo? I think it might be 2nd raider and 4th grunt. Or it could be 1st headhunter and 1st Kodo. And he's just creeping. Getting his Farseer level 3. XLORD now with a very risky camp. Going for the shop right next to Focus. Does Focus know? He would want to creep this next with TC. This is the camp to creep. No, Focus goes somewhere else. Is worried perhaps. No, okay, Focus wants to clear his expansion. There's a 2nd raider coming and Focus wants to hit a tier 2 Great Hall. That's normal with Farseer TC. If you don't go for a tier 2 expansion, then where does Farseer TC go really? Tier 3? Shadow and Wyverns? Berserkers? With such a slow tech? So it's normal to start that expansion. By creating the expo and then getting TC3, you put yourself in a fantastic position. Undeads are afraid of this. DK takes a lot of damage. A lot of damage. This is like he's nearly dying to creeps. 21 life. 21 life on the Death Knight. Farseer comes in. Fiend. Dropping so low. Chain Lightning on the creep. But because of the delayed damage effect, it does not get the last hit. That goes to XLORD. DK3 on Lich 2. True Shot Aura for XLORD. This is very strong. The TC and the TC and Farseer start to creep XLORD's natural. Any game I've watched of Happy, he nearly always moves out immediately after TPing. This waiting, this healing, it feels so normal. I almost never see Happy do it. He gets a heal pot and he moves out. Not 1 second of rest. XLORD needs to move to China. I mean, there's more going on than Warcraft for him. He has a job. He can't just move to China. There's no more EPS. The German national championships he won so often. Double gloves TC. Maybe he intends to keep the gloves on the TC. TC does hit pretty hard. First destroyer on the battlefield. No third hero yet. Oh, there we go. Dark Ranger with Black Arrow. Is Black Arrow first the right call? Or should it be Silence? That's a stomp on literally everything. Coil on the Fiend. Trying to get away from the Kodos. Destroyer gets focus fired. Half-life. Coil comes in, saves it. Devourer on the walls, nearly dead. Raiders and Headhunters are dying. It's a pretty good fight for XLORD. It's equal food. All the war stumps are gone. DK still has invul. A lot of skeletons. Expansion just about finishing for focus. A grunt dies. Skeleton block on the Farseer attempt. Did not work. Possibly a bit more difficult with this ping. XLORD at 700 gold. 46 food. Does he have a ziggurat to go over? 55 food is what he would want here. Lich is level 3. A lot of mana. This looks very good for XLORD actually. This was a 41 food expansion by Focus. Not the slowest, but not the quickest either. 34 food is the sweet spot for Orc, where they can start using the expansion a bit before the attack. This expo just finished. He has not made use of it yet, so it's like a tier 2 Orc against a tier 3 Orc with a money deficit. Greater mana pot! Stomp on everything! Fiend immediately dies. Focus fire on the Illusion Windrider. DK sectioned off to dodge stomp, was good, but he came back in. First destroyer going down. There's 3. Does he get a coil on the ensnared one? He does. But it's taking a lot of damage. Can he fly it away on time? Devour, runs, dies. 41 food XLORD. His macro is dropping again. And there's not a lot of Frost Novas being cast, even though Lich has full mana. Nova on the Windrider would slay it. There's one more coil left. On the Destroyer, potentially. Where's the coil Nova nuke? He has not cast any Novas. Third Destroyer goes down. Farseer's low. He could attack it and Nova it. It does have greater heal though. Lich getting a focus, has no invul. He didn't cast any Nova for like 30 seconds. Now I get saving Nova for a definitive kill, but it also has a damage reduction component. This was actually supposed to be a really good fight for XLORD, but the same problems he had in his first series persist. Ping is a problem, yes, but it does not excuse bad macro. Not producing when you've got food capacity and money is an issue. It's hard to play on NetEase, yes, but you've got food and you've got money. You don't have enough muscle memory to hit FO. Number 4, F tab O. Number 4, F tab O. And Lich had 90% mana for almost the entire fight. If he had casted 3 Novas, could have been really helpful. It's not definitively over, but it looks tough. Scourge Bone Chimes was found. Lich is coming back from the tavern. TC is almost level 5. My god, that went fast. Against Warstomp level 3, it's going to be tough. Interesting, by the way, that Focus used Gloves of Haste on TC on purpose, despite Frost Armor maybe slowing him down. But he thinks TC's higher natural base stat, strength, is higher than Farseer's intelligence, and his high basic damage is more worth empowering with Gloves of Haste. Yeah, he leveled so fast. Lich is back. XLORD is at 50 food. Did XLORD just touch his face? Well, he didn't have Bone Chimes yet for the Gloves of Haste TC. XLORD, by the way, got a lot of good comments from the Chinese netizens. Got a lot of encouragement saying that his series against Fly looked very good. That they could see he had some lag, but they hope he persists and does well. It's exciting for the Chinese fans to see. And XLORD isn't new. He isn't like new. But it's exciting for them to see more international players. DK, no death pact, uses Invul. Tries to get away. That's a big Nova. Headhunter goes down. Warstomp does not hit the DK yet. DK needs level 4 so that he can get death back. What do you coil? Everything is dying. Focusing the Headhunters. Not a lot of stomps left. Dark Ranger level 3. Is he coiling anything? I don't see it. GG. Yeah, you can barely see invulnerability on Reforged graphics. I agree. But I'm doing my best to tell you when it's there. Don't be too harsh on XLORD. Although ping does not affect your ability to use Nova and Macro, it can have a mental negative effect that makes you play worse in general. I have been there. You need And then slowly international competitions, intercontinental competitions started also happening online. Koreans were already competing against Europeans in 2004. There were European weekly cups that Koreans would play on via Battle.net. So they would effectively have 350 ping plus the Battle.net inbuilt latency for a 500 millisecond delay. And that was just because Europe was the home territory. Play it or leave it. Then programs like Garena came to Hamachi, Garena to reduce the ping. And still hosts were a little European favored because most of the tournament organizers were from Europe. The shift really started happening when Warcraft 3 popularity decreased in America and in Europe. Not vanished, it never did, but decreased, and China started embracing Warcraft 3 ever more. I think that's Focus's wedding picture. That's cool. So in 2008, all the competitions started having very neutral hosts, usually from US West, which would give China 210 ping and Europe 180, roughly. And now, 2012 onwards, all the organizations that organize tournaments, almost all, especially until Reforged release announced, have been Chinese. So now if you want to play, it has shifted to the Chinese platform, NetEase, which is a disadvantage for Westerners, but it just follows where the orgs are from, the tournament orgs. Map number 2 between XLORD and Focus. First map was just played Amazonia. Now Terran's Stand. If a third is required, it is going to be Northern Isles. This is Terran's Stand, and we should see XLORD. Farseer first. XLORD. Alright. Hey, Neely. Neely, can you beat 3 players in Age of Empires as one if those 3 players are like very low level, like people that repeatedly lose a villager to a boar? Even if they like villager rush you? You can, right? I feel like Age of Empires is the kind of game where you can defend that. Yeah, I think so too. WTF, Focus looks so bored and tired. I don't think he is. He just has a very sweet, calm demeanor. Focus is not someone with a big ego and a big temper. He's just a calm guy. Don't be mistaken by his appearance. XLORD goes in on the Renegade Wizard. I'm not sure this is the most effective creep route. He starts on the Renegade Wizard, which gets Frost Armor. He uses one Abolish to remove its Frost Armor, but he doesn't kill the level 3, which will continue to cast Frost Armor on literally every other creep. Meanwhile, Focus creeps it much more efficiently. I think XLORD doesn't know about how to proc lightning shields on a melee unit by moving in with 3 melee units from the right side. Maybe he wanted to trigger LS but messed it up. Wait, is Focus gonna build a burrow here? He is. A burrow at the mercenary camp so he can continue to hire mass mercs? No, maybe he's just gonna put a peel in there so that he can hire the troll berserker. Oh, he did try the lightning shield, so he failed. Oh, okay. Ah! Focus going with another lightning shield creep, just like Shadowhunter openers do. He has healed selves to recuperate his grunts. I think he lightning shield creep. He accidentally lightning shield killed 1 creep. 1, 2, 2. Yeah, I think he denied 1 level 3 creep, 48 XP. He should have been level 3 now. Or am I wrong? It's hard to tell because there's a delay on the XP tally. XLORD level 2.8, Farseer level 2.9. Greater Mana Potion, Greater Invul. Impale Surround, there is an Invul. This is a good surround. Mana Pot and Invul. Did he really want to drink Mana Pot at this point? It feels early. He has full mana, which means there's definitely some waste. The grunts are low. They have not yet fully healed from their ordeal. Beetle. 1 beetle chasing the grunt. 1 bite. 2 bites. If there was a gold mine, it has been cancelled. The grunt has been killed. The beetle has done its work. Wolf going for the one of the 2 ziggurats. Tome of Intelligence. Is he gonna read the sacred texts? Interesting. Nerubian Tower and Goldmine come out. Nice surround on the second Feral Spirit level 2. It's gonna give him some much needed experience. Level 3.1. Focus returns home. Oh, that Feral Spirit killed a ghoul. Focus's tech has finished. He has 2 grunts and a Forest Troll Berserker. He has now spent money, presumably on a Tauren Chieftain. But it could be Shadowhunter, just like Fly 100%. Focus moves in with the Farseer. He can absolutely get a cancel on the gold mine. There's no Staff of Telly on the Cryptlord. The gold mine is only halfway done. And he goes in with the solo Farseer. No Staff of Telly to attack the gold mine. That is going to work. Spirit Lodge Totem! Focus copied my build. I've never seen anyone else do this. This has been my counter since day one of the patch. Lodge Totem. Or did I see it wrong because it's Reforged graphics? Is it actually Bestiary Totem? I'm very excited, but I'm ready to get completely unexcited. I can go straight from 10 to 1. Ah! He lost his Farseer with TP! Level 3 Farseer. What? Yeah, it is Lodge Totem. Whew. Must be the ping. Well, he's playing from Korea, so it's not like he has like 20 ping like the Chinese players. I think it's like 40 or 50. But look at Focus's face. He didn't even do an esports head shake when he lost the Farseer. It's a very good sign, because a real pro only accepts everything that happens. Never whines about it, not even in his head. You accept what happened and you think, what is the next best thing I can do? Yeah, boy, Focus actually copied my build. Witch Doctors and Walkers. Oh, he did tilt his head? Oh, he did the esports head shake. Okay. Not saying he's not a real pro, but it shows a level of mental turmoil. Six beetle harass. Losing Farseer is not part of my build, but I do experiment with it from time to time. And in fact, I did it once yesterday. That's a lot of experience for the TC. Oh. There's a stomp, there's a stomp, there's a stomp! Yeah, that was completely unnecessary, moving the Cryptlord in there. Just... Infi said he is blind, seeing both Spirit Walker and Shamans. Is that like a Chinese euphemism for I can't believe what I'm seeing right now? This is such a weird, bad build. Like when we see something ugly in English, we may say, oh, I'm blind. Counter expansion at tier 2 coming in for Focus. Oh, Ghoul died to creeps. Why would you guess that, Screwin? Chain Lightning to finish it, gets Lightning Shield. Counter expansion. Yeah, practice losing Farseer and then fight your way back. Usually not intentional, Molten Mike. Yeah, second hero should be Death Knight. Cryptlord is at level 4.1 with a pretty good item, Ring of Regeneration. Also has Staff of Telly and Boots. He can actually staff to the beetle that he's sending to the expansion right now. Summon beetles. And he goes with the mana pot. He has 2 mana potions. Yeah, he's gonna staff. He's gonna cancel that base. 3 beetles and a Cryptlord will absolutely cancel this. And I said absolutely, and I meant maybe. Because TC is coming in. Walkers. Oh, it's Shamans. 1 Doctor, 1 Shaman. But it's enough. The Invul secures... Yeah, 1 impaled just to keep himself safe. That's wise. Nice cancel. That's why you never tier 2 counter expand. Or if you do, you must have sentries all the way around to prevent every beetle from getting there, because you can staff to it. You just rely on tier 3 expansion is better. Focus is not in the best of positions. His hero levels are good, but economically he's very far behind. And he's not building up the same kind of army that, well, I usually would with this. Is he gonna get Zeppelin? He does. Ah. Oh, he's gonna get spotted. Zeppelin, flyby, Berserker, and Purge. No way, Jose. That's 25 experience for the Zeppelin. 240 gold down the drain. The beetles did get disenchanted. Great Hall reproduced once again. Thank you very much for the sub, Sojukan. DK comes out. Focus now applying some pressure. Witch Doctor, Sentry in the main. Black Citadel's on the way. Focus could staff to the beetle again. There are 2 crypts. That's a slaughterhouse number 2. That's good positioning by XLORD. Nothing is killable right now. Focus simply using his units to defend his Great Hall against beetle harass. Lich 3rd coming in. Destroyer upgrade. Sacrificial Pit. Smart for dealing with the sentry wards. XLORD should have good practice against this. I have beaten XLORD a few times with this. He should be familiar with the double casters. He knows everything Focus is doing. Lich 3rd comes out, grabs Orb of Corruption. Is there a shade yet? No invulnerability potions right now on the undead heroes. Heal scroll. Ghouls coming in. Burrow upgrade. But XLORD's at 50 food. XLORD, one of the greediest undead players I know. Seriously. Most undeads push over 50 very fast because undead is a timing based race. But XLORD is one of the slowest undead players. There have been games where I reach all my win conditions on Echo Isles. A huge upgraded Berserker force, and XLORD gets a huge upgraded Fiend force and beats me thoroughly. This is a fight at 64 food where almost none of it has been brought to bear yet. That's a good impale. No. Nova. Many headhunters killed. Destroyer drops low. There's no ensnare. Nice burrow on the Fiend. There's the dust. Fiend gets focused. Shade dies. Coil on the Lich. Nova on the front line. There's no mana pot on the TC. Does not have enough mana to stomp right now. All the anti-air has been dealt with. There's a Book of the Dead by Focus. Destroyer can eat it. Gets life and mana from it. XLORD at 60 food. Upgrades, I know not. 0-0 Raiders. Fiends coming in. Statues. There's the second slaughterhouse. XLORD at 57 food. Focus at 47. Shadowhunter 3rd. Troll Berserkers. That's a Bestiary or second Rax I didn't see on time. There's a Walker, a Shaman, and a Headhunter. The start of a great joke. He can go Deathpack second. Did go Deathpack second, but was unable to use it. Shaman goes down. Walker. Destroyer goes in for the Walker. This needs magic damage. Zeppelin saves the Walker. 1 Zeppelin for 1 Walker. Burrow, Fiend gets Dust of Appearance. Farseer has the TP. This is a great result for XLORD. Farseer TP means XLORD gets to creep this orange camp. This is a very important part of the map because the top right is virtually out of reach for both players. When it comes to the fight for Helm's Deep, I mean the focus expansion, top right is a non-factor. Scourge, Bone Chimes from the laboratory, Scroll of the Beast. from this Renegade Wizard. Bottom left has been crept before. XLORD will inch towards level 5. The Walker was saved. Shadow level 1 with Hex. TC is 4.7. And he's making more Walkers. Now to finish the laboratory camp. There's 1 creep left and a Tome of Knowledge. He does not finish it. He's in a rush. Time is money, friend. Witch Doctor with full mana. Sloppy by Focus. Very sloppy. He could have placed 3 stasis wards. Just think about it. There's no shade right now. Perhaps time for XLORD to reproduce one. There's still 2 sentries. 1 in his natural. The DK is passing it by now. And 1 in his main. Never been dealt with. DK picks up a heal scroll and an invul. What are the upgrades like? I know not. Hex on the Fiend. 2-1 Fiends. Removing the Hex. War Stomp on 3 units. 2 Fiends and a XLORD. No mana for the Death Knight to coil. Next Stomp in 1. Misses everything. Walker's getting focused. Walkers have very short range. They're always in front. Great focus bait. Good dodge by the DK. Scroll of the Beast by XLORD. There is a high level impale possible with Nova. There goes an impale on just 2 headhunters. Lich has mana, gets the Nova. Better usage than last game. Mana pot on the TC. Destroyers are getting focused by Berserkers. 1 goes down. Lich dropping low. DK has no mana. Lich needs to run. Gets stomped and killed. Lich level 3 goes down. That's XLORD's cue to move to the tavern and revive it immediately. There are 2 destroyers and 3 statues, but there's no Lich to benefit from the experience of the kills that are gained. Where are the beetles? He's not summoning many. He can eat a Fiend if he was not stunned, but he is. DK goes down. XLORD with 1300 gold, 43 food. Sorry to be a broken record, but this does keep happening. 1500 gold. He is not in the shape of his life. That's just the fact. No matter how much you love him, want him to win, he just isn't. Focus does a better job of spending his double gold mine economy. And that could make all the difference. Second attack upgrade coming in for the Headhunter Berserker. Impale level 2, Beetles level 3, but barely any Beetles were cast during that fight. This was a great result for Focus. He now gets to creep his Shadow Hunter to level 3 from the 2 really big camps that are left on the map. Goblin Laboratory and the corner expansion. There's 1 Walker and a Shaman, mostly Berserkers. 1 or 2 Abomination with Disease Cloud would be great. What does he get? True Shot! That's amazing! 10% bonus damage on all the ranged units. That's all he has. Amazing item. Lich rebought from the tavern. Creeping only the Lich right now. Thank you for the sub, Narxane. Focus does not creep the corner camp. He wants to get aggressive. He sees where XLORD is with the sentry ward. XLORD needs to TP immediately or he'll lose his Lich. That's not immediately. He did not recognize the seriousness of the situation. XLORD with the melancholy smile. The oh my god, this sucks. Beetle harass on the peons. XLORD now with the tilted sigh. This one. I saw it. I think the lag is a thing, but it's also mental. There are sentries. Orc comes in, your Lich is exposed. You have TP on your XLORD. There's no time to stop Stomp Hex. You have to TP immediately. He didn't. It gives too much experience to the Orc. Again, Sentry revealed where XLORD is, because he never removed it with shades. He made 1 shade, lost it, and never remade. He needs to TP, or he will lose his DK. He needs to devour against Hex. Devour premeditatively. He needs to devour an invul on his DK. He did not. Death Knight is dead. GG. A sad ending to a series of potential. XLORD on LAN, maybe 5-0. But 1-4 in the online groups. Good job by Focus. Not the best games for XLORD. A combination of match stress, other priorities, and like led him to not be able to show his full potential.